Dark Milo, Dark Milo. Those idiots, they've escaped. They've escaped.
Oh no, what a... They escaped. Are you... Sir William Esquire, what happened?
Oh, I don't know what happened. Jimmy Stewart came over and we started playing Frogger. I'm sorry, my father. I was distracted and oh no. Then I see that the Aunt Jemimas have failed.
Oh, even... It's not your fault. You're a big fan of It's a Wonderful Life. You know, like would happen to the best of us if we all of a sudden we were tasked with something very important, and Jimmy Stewart, star of films like Harvey, stars of films like It's a Wonderful Life, and was it Mr. Stewart or something? Goes to Washington. I forget what that one was. You know what I mean? And then, of course, add all those Western movies. I got collections of those. Here, we could go on and on and on. It's Jimmy Stewart. And he's coming over to play Frogger with you. It's a big deal. Oh, he got distracted. The Aunt Jemimas didn't receive orders, and they kind of went haywire and just turned into a big puddle of maple syrup. This happens, okay? But, and the big old but, these guys think that they got it all together. I know what's precious to Glenn Farfinger. So precious.
Oh, Dark Milo. Would that be CRACKTON, Ohio?
You're thinking ahead quick. You know what I'm planning. Yeah, he loves that CRACKTON, Ohio, doesn't he? I admit to you, let's be honest. This whole thing's a simulation. We have world access, and Sir William Esquire, can you pop up a virtual CRACKTON, Ohio for me?
Well, of course, Father. I can do that right away. I start typing that in right away. Meanwhile, the abbot, Glenn Farfinger, and Curly Joe find themselves in the middle of a weird cornfield. It's all cornfield here. Where are we? Oh, what is this, Indiana? Cracky's, Joe. A cornfield. We're in the middle of the great America here. But is it middle America or a little more Eastern America? We're going to have to find that one out. Yes, this is great years of corn. This has got to be some other kind of a illusion of some kind. Well, Abbott, well, wait a minute here. I see a sign here. Hey, it says CRACKTON. It says CRACKTON here. We must be out in the countryside. This is something that I've never been to. CRACKTON, Ohio. Is it a strange place? It's a really wacky kind of place. If it's such home to us, Oh, yeah, it's a total nut job land. Oh, Joe, yeah, it is. I'm sorry, we had a cookie. So, I reminisce of the days of CRACKTON, Ohio. Me and Billy back now. Oh, my Billy, he's gone forever. when we were hanging around Mr. Peck, and Gregory and Jim, oh boy, the Big Four. I'm reminiscent of the Big Four of Frederick Sage, Pooh Guppy Adams, and Gregory Peck, and and of course, Jack Perkins there. Of course, I'm talking about Peter Graves. Sometimes on the show, we always used to kind of tease him, that call him like, because he was the host of Biography, the host, and before him was Jack Perkins, and so he would always get mad if you said Jack Perkins. He would hold you against the wall. And it was very scary, but funny, hilarious actually. Pooh Guppy Adams, he's a whole level world of insanity, constantly making up businesses to just troll people. And it was always some real crazy sauce back in those days, and to think I'm back here, but I'm a little bit worried, Abbott. I would have a great deal of caution. That that everything around us is an illusion. It's made up by Sir William Esquire. And we are in a lot of trouble. We have to always be understanding we're playing another man's game. I like playing other people's games. I like playing my own games. Oh, crackies, he's right. They decided to go get a ride back into town, and they get a ride from Pooh Guppy Adams. Well, hello there. Who are you people? Oh, that's Pooh Guppy Adams. Well, I didn't even know you're around. I thought you were in another dimension and all that. I don't know what you're talking about. My name is is Timmy. What? I sorry to say, Glenn, he's acting like he doesn't really know who you are. I don't understand. It's Pooh Guppy Adams, but he says his name is Timmy. I mean, maybe I don't. He's never said he's had a different name. He's always been Pooh Guppy Adams. He's very proud of that name. I've always been named Timmy. I'm friends with Roger, and we're all friends. You guys need a ride back into town? Yes, sir. Yes. We do need a ride back into town. Meanwhile, back at the ship.
This is so funny.
Oh, you like how I typed it all up, Father? Ha 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 ha. Ha 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 ha.
Oh, yeah, it's funny. Yeah, I like how you typed it up. Yeah. Basically, everyone in CRACKTON, Ohio is Pooh Guppy Adams. They all have different names, but they all are Pooh Guppy Adams.
I know. It's really funny stuff.
They could go play the game now.
Well, we are back to playing Returnal, Curly Joe. Yeah, back into the grind. Oh, wow. Yeah, Joe, we're going back to CRACKTON, Ohio. It's been a while, What's there? Yeah, people need to understand there isn't really much to be seen. Cracky crackies, Joe. Crackton, Ohio is just gas stations. If somebody's gonna go, well, I can at least go to the library. What's a library? It's just gas stations, and but it's home to Elmer's Tainted Horse Meat Snack Shack of Crackton, Ohio. It's a beloved staple, because what else you gonna do? You can have gas station food, and then you're gonna go home sick. Yeah, you don't want that. Oh, Joe, you don't want that. You don't eat the chicken sandwich. Don't eat the chicken sandwich. You're gonna be sick. Oh, but. Yeah, so right now, we are playing this game, and I know you're gonna say, at Saturn Garage you barely finish games. Well, that's that ADHD. Where we could be autistic about things, but that old ADHD, sometimes it doesn't give you that serotonin you need in your brain to be like, I'm going to make it to the end. And but it's weird because, I'll be honest with you, and I probably shouldn't say this, but, I know for a fact that here at Saturn Garage we've started to play, at this point in history, we have finally got to really do a real playthrough of Starfield, and we played it for like 12 hours. And that's not normal. It's not normal for us. Sometimes we play a game for like maybe 30 minutes or something, or whatever. We play something as long as it fills. We record footage. So in the case of this, the way it would work is we actually do an hour. Although recently with another game we're having, at the end of the year, we did over 2.5 hours, and then what we do is go into Clipchamp, and which is almost like Windows Movie Maker, really. It pretty much is Windows Movie Maker, and it's free. That's the thing too. Like somebody could say, well, I bought this program and it's just like Windows Movie Maker. I love it. Well, there's a problem. You bought it. That's the problem. You spent money on it. I would argue that if you bought a computer, there should be some stuff that comes with it. Like even the Apple stuff, comes with like some stuff. Like iMovie and stuff, and I don't really even. What is that, by the way? That device up there in the sky. That device there in the sky, glowing like apple pie. Take a book. It's in a look in reading rainbow. Yeah, reminiscent. Well, yeah, it's definitely something. But, okay. If it doesn't explain what it is, and, we're too lazy to look it up, we just kind of leave it there. That's just art. Very high-end art. So, I do admit the game is a little too dark, though. I mean, it doesn't really show off the PlayStation 5. Like, a game that really shows off the PlayStation 5 is Demon Souls. Like, it's so smooth, so clean, and it moves really well, but this is, but this has got good combat. That's what people know it for. And it's very Metroid too, it's he kind of throws you back to the days of Metroid. if someone had did a modern day Metroid, that except maybe not as good monsters though. Like I think Metroid was really cool when it came to monsters. So, and that's an old game. That's a really good old game. Well, you can even see with the doors. Even the doors somehow are kind of remind me of Metroid in a way. I don't. So there's something there. You know. So what's going on? We Curly Joe, we got CRACKTON, Ohio we're in, and you had a guy pick us up. He's clearly Pugapi Adams, but he claims he has no idea who we're talking about. And his name's Timmy. He knows a guy named Roger, apparently. I don't know. I don't know either. He definitely actually he doesn't know who we are. I mean, I don't know. That Dark Milo, he makes all this stuff up. How that's just it. It's not really Cracked Ohio. It's just whatever Dark Milo and William Esquire make and Sargent, and it's just a new way to kind of screw with us, and that's fortunate circumstances, And we just gotta accept it, and we gotta kind of go with the punches here. But it's sometimes with Milo, I don't know what his aims are. His aims is to play Fortnite and do reseller of the week, and but every time he tries to upload that to the channel, Mr. Pennypacker deletes it. Well, yeah, because Mr. Pennypacker owns all this. That might blow your mind, but I'm sorry to say, folks, he actually owns that YouTube channel, and he can. You may have like control of the computer world, but you don't have control of that channel. He can just delete it. So you still got to put out what he wants. So technically, he's still in control. And so that's just the way it is, because Stone Cold said so. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't even really think here at Santa I don't even really think they like the Attitude Era. It's because of Joe. We're going to be honest with ourselves. We like Steve Austin because we followed Steve Austin since really probably the GWF. We watched WCW. We loved that, and so mostly it was reruns of GWF, but we seen it all, but the Attitude Era was really not. There was funny angles. Funny mic work and promos and stuff, and that's really what people remember. But if you ask somebody, do you remember a specific match? There is no specific matches. Maybe other than say Mankind getting his skull crushed in or something, which was kind of not really the point of wrestling, I think when we here we think of a wrestling match off the top of our heads we love is like the match with destroying the idol right there. That's what you do. You destroy those idols. But our favorite pro wrestling match of all time is really like Ricky Steamboat versus Ric Flair at the Clash of the Champions. It was just an hour-long draw. It was actually just a great match, and which is an amazing thing because that Clash of Champions is absolutely horrendous as far as with the exception of the main event. But did you know that the booker they had for that, he didn't even promote it on TV really, because he was an old school booker, and he believed that it wasn't about the televised events, it was about the live events. and which was a disastrous uh, thing to do because the ratings really suffered because of that. So, and of course he got let go because of that, basically, but so yeah, that's about it. So we're just not very much fans of that era, the Attitude Era, because number one, the emphasis was on short matches, brawls. They used to have brawls backstage. They would do the promos, and then another short match, and it was like the Russo Crash TV method, and we were not really fans of that. Of course, meanwhile, WCW, at first they didn't do that. They would have matches, but the stories were horrible. They were horrible, and they were always pushing for Hogan, even when they had a match that was a decent mid-card match. When they had a decent mid-card match, a really decent mid-card match, that when they had a decent mid-card match, they would just talk over it. They wouldn't barely mention the match. They would talk about, what is Warrior gonna do to Hogan this week? Hogan is Hogan. Eric Bischoff. I mean, because he was trying to do the Mr. McMahon thing, and it was like, but man, he was like in every freaking angle, and it's like, dude, you're like supposed to be the boss of this place, you got enough talent here. You don't need to be on TV. Or, I mean, you're a good announcer. You can at least do that. But still, come on. It's funny how we barely talk about the game. It's funny, we're actually kind of pulling a WCW, if you think about it. They used to do that too. They didn't used to talk about what was in front of them. I think mostly it's because we just, like last episode, we really kind of got into this. And then this episode, we're just sort of like, we're in our world here. That's the only one downside about when we play a game for a long time. Sometimes it's hard for us to keep on topic, and so she has a nice butt. Are you just trying to be honest, Well, it just kind of sticks right out there, It's all the chords and stuff, it sort of poofs it right up, Yeah, you just gotta kind of mention it, It's, it's a nice butt. So, even though she's kind of meant to look like someone's second grade teacher, though, so she isn't exactly, But I'm just saying, hey, a butt's a butt sometimes, and it's taking out these creatures and, oh, yeah. Uh-oh, dead air, Tonkasaw. Yeah, Iron Buffalo. Yeah, we're starting to reference stuff from years ago, Joe. That's not good. Mr. Pennypacker sometimes gets on us about that. He's like, the people at home have no idea what you're talking about. Like, talk about Tonkasaw. What's a Tonkasaw? People aren't into that, like 2018 IRL and blood sports, for crying out loud. Oh, wait a second here. That's a turret. That's a turret times 20. That's some serious business right there. Kaboom. Look out, look out, look out. Look out, Mr. Wizard. Oh, no, Joe. We're a second grade teacher again. Tight suit, tight butt. Well, Joe. What was Helios? Well, it was basically just Roman sun worship, basically, Joe. Roman Greek sun worship. You know, they used to have deities that were, that were just the sun, basically, because they didn't have any science. They didn't understand, Sound like you picked that up from Frater. Well, yeah, we learned a lot from Frater, him and his occult studies, So, well, we're sneaking back into the ship here. We're back in the ship. I think you're supposed to say ship, not shit. Well, Joe, we got another episode grinded down. And, just staring at the wall here. Just that old wall here. It's the same kind of panels, same kind of day. Yeah, it looks like a PlayStation 2. Oh, it kind of did look like a PlayStation 2. Just kind of the same old, same old. Warning, your ship is abandoned. Like, ooh, scary, scary, scary. Your ship has abandonment issues. Run, 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 run. The only thing I'm a little disappointed with this is at first I thought, well, when you die, you go into a completely different area. Like it generates a whole new area. But actually, you kind of have to backtrack to eventually where it's like that. Or it becomes new, but it's not right away. Like it kind of gives you a chance to, if you don't figure it out, then it does change. Well, see you next time.